Felipe. I'm an undocumented student from Florida. I'm from Students Working for Equal Rights. Massachusetts.
Hi, I'm Renata Teodoro from the Student Immigrant Movement, Boston, Massachusetts. Next we have Texas.
Hello, Jose Torres from University Leadership Initiative, Texas.
California.
Hi, I'm Antonia, and I'm part of the Orange County Dream Team, and most recently, we started Dream Team LA from California.
We also have New York in the house.
Hi, my name is Sonia Guinasaka. I'm a documented student from New York. I'm here representing New York State Youth Leadership Council.
Wisconsin.
My name is Valeria Gonzalez. I'm here representing Voces de la Frontera and Students United for Immigrant Rights. And last but not least, we have Maryland.
My name is Fernando Rivera, and I'm here representing
Yes, wants to stand up.
Casa de Maryland. New Jersey.
Hi, my name is Piyash Ahmed. I'm from New Jersey, and I'm representing DreamActivist.org.
We've heard from amazing students and amazing advocates and allies, and so now we're going to have Kemi. She's a student from Texas at U of H. She's studying mathematics and economics. Kemi Bella.
Good afternoon. First, I'd like to thank everyone for being here, our allies and supporters, the entire United We Dream Coalition, and of course, my fellow dreamers. I was born in Nigeria and came to the United States when I was 6 years old. All throughout my childhood, I was fed the message that with good grades and hard work, I'd be successful in the U.S. and would be able to get into, not to mention afford, the best universities this country has to offer. I believed in those promises and thus worked hard, but when it came time for me to reap my reward, I found there was none. My senior year in high school, I found out that I was undocumented. And the summer after I graduated in the top 1% of my high school class, my family and I were put into removal proceedings. I had to downgrade my expectations as the options available to me became very limited. For me, the pursuit of higher education has always been a given until I attempted to adjust to the new situation in which I found myself. I graduated from high school in May 2006 at the age of 17 with a plethora of opportunities supposedly laid at my feet. In June 2006, we were put in removal.
Yeah, Kemi?
In June 2000. Shut.
It's there. Go, go.
The first time in court, I was surprised by the venue. Matters seemed so serious, so I assumed the courthouse would be a large, formidable, prison-like building, fitting for a place representing a system devoid of reason and compassion. What we pulled up to instead was a small brick building on a nice residential street. Surely, this building couldn't be the place where our fate was decided, the place that would determine what path my life would take, the place where you were reduced to a number before any mention of your name, your identity as a human, was permitted. Surely not this inconspicuous and innocent brick building. The same bricks that had formed a wall between me and my dreams my life, myself, these bricks were now imprisoning me once again. Those in positions of authority see it simply as enforcing policies, but they fail to understand that their decisions change lives and are blinded to the injustice that inevitably results. It's miraculous and disheartening that this summer marks the beginning of our fourth year in court. Imagine spending 3 years of your life on trial, having your milestones not marked by celebrations, but by court dates, holding your breath for years, wishing and hoping that something positive will happen, only to be faced with constant disappointment. 1 month ago, after our latest court date, I finally decided that enough was enough. My family has simply been through too much to give up now. We have worked too hard, we have come too far, and we have sacrificed too much. And we're still here. Our reality is simple. Leaving is not an option.
Yeah!
I fear for my future, or rather, my lack of a future. I have absolutely no idea how things will go from here, but I know that instead of bowing down to uncertainty, I must face it head on from this point forward, and that is why I stand before you today. As Eleanor Roosevelt said, you must do the thing you think you cannot do, and I urge all of you to do that today. To my fellow dreamers, remember that you are assets to this country, and invaluable ones at that. There is a unique nature to this graduation. Instead of celebrating entrance into the workforce and the beginning of individual adult life, we're here to celebrate and congratulate all who have made it thus far, those who have beat the immense odds stacked against them. Students like Walter Lara from Florida, Benita Velez from Texas, Tam Tran from California. How is it that the country as a whole is unwilling to accept the value that these students have to give? Continuing to attend school when obstacles are ever present, having to sacrifice relationships, having the strength and courage to persevere in the face of momentous obstacles. These are impressive feats that indeed should be celebrated. The situation we find ourselves in makes it so much harder to get up and face the world every day. But the more struggles we face, the more worth fighting for they must be. We can lead protective lives, hiding away from reality and immigration authorities, or we can take on the things that scare us the most. I ask you today to make the decision to fight. So where do we go from today? We have built a grassroots movement that has become even stronger with the addition of new allies, utilization of new media, and increased leadership of many supporters. We have the resources and power to change these uncertain times to a clearer and more stable future, but it will be no small feat. It is important for everyone to realize that the immigration system is broken, and the longer the process remains as it is, the more families that are torn apart, and the more potential that is squandered. This is a perfect time for reform, and this bill would be an excellent first step. We must ensure that every member of Congress has heard the story of a student from their constituency, as there are students affected in every single state. We must inform our communities of the injustice affecting their youth. We must continue to work together to build a united front and build momentum for the future, a future in which we are no longer bound by the chains that bind us. One day, dreamers nationwide will be able to happily participate in their own graduations. We are tired, simply tired of our voices being silenced. Look back and remember this day as the day you say to yourself, in the words of Margaret Cho, I have chosen to stay and fight we will until the day our dreams are realized. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Kemi. Now we're going to ask that the graduating class of 2009 please stand.
Everyone, please stand. We want to hear some energy. Come on. When do we want it? Now. When do we want?
When do we want it?
All right, please everyone sit down. We have some final announcements by Olga Medina.